My doctor dismissed my pain, saying, "You're overreacting. You'll never be strong enough for surgery recovery." I nodded quietly. Weeks later, I completed the rehabilitation program on my own, and he had to report my full recovery to the hospital board. I'd been dealing with a torn rotator cuff for 8 months. Every appointment, Dr. Morrison would barely look up from his clipboard. "Have you tried yoga?" he'd ask. I tried everything. Physical therapy, ice baths, sleeping upright. The pain kept me awake most nights. The first time I saw him, I could barely lift my arm above my shoulder. I worked as a dental hygienist. My entire job required steady hands and extended reach. I was taking ibuprofen like candy just to make it through morning appointments. "It's probably just inflammation," Dr. Morrison said during visit 2. He prescribed more physical therapy. I went 3 times a week for 12 weeks. The therapist, Karen, kept saying something felt wrong. "This isn't responding like it should," she told me. But Dr. Morrison's notes said I was non-compliant with exercises. I was doing every single one. I had a chart on my fridge. Morning stretches, resistance bands, wall climbs. I'd set alarms. My boyfriend would quiz me to make sure I didn't skip anything. By month 5, I couldn't sleep on my right side anymore. I'd wake up at 3 a.m. with shooting pain down my arm. I started calling in sick to work. My boss pulled me aside. "Is everything okay?" I was terrified of losing my job. Visit 7. I brought my pain journal. I'd tracked every flare-up, every limitation, every night I couldn't sleep. Dr. Morrison flipped through 2 pages. "Pain is subjective," he said. "Some people just have a lower tolerance." I asked about an MRI. He said it wasn't necessary. "We don't order expensive tests for every ache and pain." I mentioned I had good insurance. He closed my chart. "I've been doing this for 23 years. Trust me." Visit 9. I could barely turn a doorknob. I'd started dropping things at work. A patient asked if I was okay after I winced reaching for an instrument. I made another appointment. That's when I finally asked about surgery. Dr. Morrison actually laughed. Not a chuckle. A full laugh. "Surgery's not for people who can't handle discomfort. You'd never make it through recovery. Do you know what post-op rehab looks like?" I was 32. I'd run 3 marathons. I'd hike the Appalachian Trail, but he saw a woman who complained too much. I left that appointment and cried in my car for 20 minutes. Then I called my insurance and asked for a list of orthopedic surgeons in network. Dr. Chen's office got me in within a week. She actually examined my shoulder. She moved my arm through different positions, asked specific questions about when the pain started, what made it worse. She listened. "I'm ordering an MRI," she said. "Today, if possible." The MRI was scheduled for the next morning. Dr. Chen called me herself that afternoon. "This needed surgery 6 months ago," she said. The tear was worse than she'd expected. Not only was my rotator cuff torn, but I had developed significant scar tissue from letting it go untreated. "We need to clean all of this out." I asked her why Dr. Morrison never saw this. She paused. "He never ordered imaging. There's no way to diagnose a tear this size without it." We scheduled surgery for 2 weeks out. I requested my medical records from Dr. Morrison's office. 9 visits. Not a single note mentioned requesting an MRI. 3 notes said I was exaggerating symptoms. 1 said I was seeking attention. Recovery was brutal. The first week I couldn't lift my arm at all. My boyfriend had to help me shower. The pain was worse than before surgery, but I trusted Dr. Chen. She'd been right about everything else. I did every exercise, tracked every milestone. I went to physical therapy 4 times a week. Karen, my original therapist, was thrilled when I told her what had been wrong. "I knew it," she said. "I tried telling Dr. Morrison." 12 weeks later, I had full range of motion. I was back at work full time. Dr. Chen submitted my case to the hospital board as an example of successful post-op outcomes. Here's the thing. Dr. Morrison worked on that same board. He had to sit there while they praised my recovery. A colleague told me he tried claiming he'd been my primary physician. Dr. Chen corrected him in front of everyone. Actually, he refused surgery. That's documented. I got a formal apology letter last week. I didn't frame it. I just sleep better now, on both shoulders.